What's up? I'm gonna give some people some time. This was totally unplanned. What's up, people? I know it's been a while since I've made a video. You know, I've been wanting to, but I've just been busy. With life and whatnot. Az Mick, what's up, man? I know this video's been a long time coming, man, but I've just been busy, and I wanted to recap October. October was a really good month for me, man. I was busy. You know, uh, Traveled. I went to a record show. Went to a couple of concerts. Um, yeah, it was just a great show. Great month for shows, and great month for picking up records. I'll let a couple more people, drop by before I start my spiel. But how's it going, Az Mick? You been good, man? I see you everywhere. Hey, Elliot, how you doing? I was telling Az Mick that October was Rocktober for me. I was a busy month. I was I met a couple of people from the VC, traveled, met some VC people out of town, went to a couple of shows, and kind of want to show what I picked up throughout the month. And I guess I'll start. There's two of you. Whoever sign, shows up, shows up. I'll leave this video up anyway for people to enjoy it and watch at their own leisure. But yeah, at the beginning of the month, last month, was the Austin Record Convention, which I was debating about going just because I had the show was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Austin Record Show. Friday being the early bird. And then the following Tuesday, I was going to go back up to Austin to go see the Boris and Melvin's concert. And from here to Austin, it's about a 3 hour drive, three and a half, just depending on traffic and whatnot. Anyway, so what really made me want to go to the Austin Record Show, besides hunting for records and vinyl, was that there was going to be a couple of people from the VC attending. So I was like, I better go now because I know I won't catch these people at the same place. Who knows ever again? So I said, you know what? It'll be a perfect time for me just to go for one day, hang out. So I drove up Thursday evening, the night before the show, and I was able to meet up with Jason Rojas, with Chance, with Jose Moreno, Ron, and Nathaniel, the Wolfman. Great guy, man. So we hung out the night before, went to a little place, a bar, outdoor bar, really nice, out close to where Chance was staying. We were there for a couple of rounds, and then from there we went to over to his place and kind of hung out where they were staying at. And it was good. It was good to meet people, from the VC. It's always good to get to meet face to face and not have this computer and keyboard in front of us to almost alienate us. I like that personal, you know, touch of getting to know someone face to face and getting to breaking down whatever barriers people put on. And for the most part, I never put barriers. What you see here is what you get with me. I've met some people that they're not what they are perceived to be when they are on screen. Just put it that way. Anyway, so we hung out. The next day was Friday, the first day, early bird, and by that time, um, Patrick was already in town. So was God, the name eludes me. Anyway, Malaya showed up. Um, it was just a couple of more people from the VC that I truly respect and wanted to get to know. So we went to the show, went to the Austin convention. Fridays is usually people are still setting up, so not all dealers are up, but you get early. You get early bird, get to go in early and find cool stuff before it's picked on the busy days, which is Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is a madhouse. So it kind of gives you a first dibs. You get to go around and look at all the dealers and see what they have. Um, so it was cool because everyone kind of just showed up. Hey, what's going on? And throughout the show, as the day progressed, Harry was the other gentleman. Sorry, Harry, but Harry was another gentleman that was there that I wanted to meet. And then Dave Biasco, I ran into him as well. Anyway, so what's cool about this is that everyone kind of goes in their own ways. When you're out digging for records, it's not a good time to be socializing and catching up. Because you're busy. Going through bins. So kind of everyone goes their own way. And then once in a while you run into someone. Hey, where'd you pick up? Oh, I picked this up. Blah blah blah. Or this guy had this over there. So it's kind of cool networking that way. And after being there a couple of hours, we were there's a barbecue place that's across the street, probably second, third best barbecue in Austin. It's called Terry Black's Barbecue. Real good barbecue, kind of on the pricey side, but nowadays it seems everything is pricey. But anyway, when you're with good company, you can't be, you know, looking at your pocketbook. Can you make it? Can you make it? Just go with it, have fun, go socialize with these people, and that's what we did. We got together at a big table. All of us had a great lunch, and I came back, because I had to go back up on Tuesday. So I can't stay more than a day. Plus, my dogs were being seen by somebody else, were being taken care of. But anyway, so while I was there in Austin, like I said, the record show, I did manage to pick up, and I kind of wanted to limit myself just because. I had a trip. I had the Boris concert coming up, and I had a trip the following week, 2 weeks later, to LA, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But I do want to share what I picked up over there. Some of these titles may not be familiar to a lot of people, but anyway, I'll show what I picked up. This is a doom metal kind of occult band called Mephistopheles, and they are from, I believe they're from Spain. I know they're definitely Latin, but I've been a fan of this band for a while. They do limited runs. Anytime they press something, it's like 300, 500, not many. So I was able to pick up, this is, I guess, one of the first ones, A Path of Black. Again, it's doomy, occult, doom metal, very reminiscent of early, slow Black Sabbath, if I need to describe the sound. But I found this one, and I found this from, there's a online dealer. His name goes by the Cosmic Peddler, and he deals a lot in rock, doom, underground heavy metal, alternative, you name it, anything that is not mainstream. This guy pretty much has a good grip. He's got good labels that he represents and he sells for. So he had that there, and he also had this box set that I had missed on when it was announced. And again, this is Mephistopheles, and this is the Horror box set. They had released an album just called Horror, but this is the whole big enchilada. It's got the original LP, the demo sessions. It's got a live LP, and it's got a picture disc. So I was happy that he had this there, because when it initially was announced, it sold out very quick. So I was very happy. And also with this vendor, I was able to pay him with PayPal. So I didn't have to use whatever cash I had on hand. Hey, Beckham, what's going on, man? I was able to use my PayPal account. So I didn't spend, well, I did spend money, but I didn't have to lay out any cash. Put it to you that way. So he had these two there. And I also picked up from him Brian's Jonestown Massacre. Sorry for the reflection there, but this is a reflective cover. Picked that up from him. And did I pick up anything else? No, that was it. I pretty much picked that up from him. And then this other vendor that was there, dealt in just metal. I was able to pick up this Sodom, which is they're a German thrash band. and this is kind of like them revisiting their catalog and re-recording some of the songs. So if any of you are familiar with Sodom, they're from the early '80s or mid '80s. They're still around. As a matter of fact, I'll probably be seeing them in March of next year. But yeah, Sodom's a great German thrash band, and like I said, several of us VC members were there, and Jose was there. He was really working it. He was trying to, it's like some of you know, Jose's got his own record label. He presses records, he sells them online. He's got a Bandcamp page and all that. And he had one of his releases from the German avant-garde artist Merzbow. So to help him out, I picked up this copy. Um, I do have some Merzbow where he's collaborated with Boris, but this was one that had not been released, and Jose was able to contact Merzbow and work something out and able to release something on his label, which Jose's label is called Aurora Central Records. You probably won't be able to see that it's so small, but anyway, this is Jose's label. Like I said, he was working it with several dealers there, working trades and whatnot, and also with some of the shops. He was able to, I think, with a couple of them, they took a couple of off of his hands so that they can sell them in the store. So, I thought it would help a fellow VC member. I like supporting VC members who are either owners of labels or artists themselves. And of course, while I was there in Austin, the day before the show, I managed to go to End of an Ear, one of my favorite record stores, and I picked up a Government Mule. And this was called Heavy Load Blues, which is their rendition of a lot. It's an all blues album, heavy blues, but their rendition of some of the classics. And I've loved Government Mule. I've been a fan for over 15 years. One of the bands that I've seen over 10 times easily live. So they had this that I was missing at a good price, and being that it was October and the month of Halloween, I managed to pick up an original copy of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, the original soundtrack, which is pretty cool because it was on the IRS label. And I don't know if you all remember in IRS in the '80s, they represented bands like the Cramps, Stuart Copeland, Concrete Blonde, Timbuk3, Lords of the New Church. Um, yeah, it's just a great all '80s punk alternative mishmash on this soundtrack. So that was it for that weekend that I was there in Austin, which was only on Thursday or Friday. So come Tuesday, I wake up early in the morning and I drive to Austin again for the Melvins and the Melvins and Boris show, which was a fantastic, awesome show. Classic lineup. Hey, Ten Cent, how are you? So another person I met at the Austin Record Convention was Ten Cent Cindy. It was funny because I had spotted Harry, and I was like, "Hey, and hey!" And so we started talking, and she's like, "Eddie, Harry," and it was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Hey, it's me, it's Cindy Ten Cent." Oh shit! Hello, how are you? She was set up as well selling. So yeah, that was a nice treat. Thank you for dropping by, Cindy. Thank you for being here. I'm kind of recapping of the whole month of October for me. What I did, which I always call Roctober. So I started off with the Austin Record Show. I was there a couple of days. I went back up to Austin, went for the Boris, and when I was there, I went to another record store. I went to Breakaway Records, which is a great store, and I also went to Waterloo, and I managed to pick up. This is a reissue, not an OG, but still Enter the Wu Tang. I'm not much into rap, but I do like some rap, and these are one of the bands that I will listen to. One of the rap bands that I will follow, and it was only $20, so And another one was this band from I think they were from the '80s and '90s, Scatterbrain. No, that's a cool Robert Williams artwork. He's the guy who did that band artwork for the Guns N' Roses, the first one, Appetite for Destruction, the same artist, Robert Williams. He's best known for a lot of the work that he did for Hot Rod magazines in the 60s and 70s. Um, hey, Alex, what's going on, man? Oh wow, you got a copy of that yet, Mersmo? Yeah, I was able to meet Jose in person at the Austin Record Show, and I picked it up there from him, and it kind of helped him out with his expenses. I still need to check it out. I haven't been able to, and I also picked up while I was there in Austin the latest from Blonde Redhead. And this is they call it yogurt color, which is to me it's just white anyway. So that was first 2 weeks of October. You know, they started off great. Like I said again, the best part of attending this record show was meeting up with VC people, as Alex can attest, because I think he went to New York and hung out with Mazzy and Jason, Rojas, and a bunch of other New York VC members, which is cool. One of the best things you can do as a VC member is meet up with other VC members. So anyway, so that was my first 2 weeks of October. Then I had a trip in the middle of the month. From the 10th or 11th, I went to Los Angeles for 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. So I went to LA. I went to go see the last two dates on the Baby Metal tour. They were touring with Death Clock, which is a great, awesome death metal band. They're the guys who do the soundtrack for Metal Apocalypse, which was on MTV back in the day, if you all remember, like a heavy metal cartoon. Anyway, they're the band behind the music for that show, which I wasn't a fan of. Even though I liked death metal, I just never caught on to the animation and never really became a fan. Anyway, but live they were amazing. But while I was there in LA, the first couple of days, I laid low because I think I went to the show Wednesday and Thursday. So I didn't want to do much because LA is so spread out. Traffic, can really be a bummer. So I kind of laid low. Just went to the show to both nights, Wednesday and Thursday, which was at the YouTube Theater, which is a badass theater, brand new. It's right on the same lot where they have the SoFi stadium where the Rams play, and they share the same plaza. So both the theater, which is not that big, which is good because anywhere you sit, you had a good view. But it's right next to the stadium, so that was pretty cool. Met some folks there, hung out, and then Friday was really the where the vinyl hunting started. I met up, or Wax was generous enough to go and pick me up. Rob the Wax. Got to hang out with him, and he took me record shopping. Hey, took me to a couple of several shops really, and this was a 2-day thing. So Friday, I went ahead and brought up my timeline because I don't remember the names of all the stores as we visited them. But we went to one called Sound Stations, which was our first stop. Um, Great store, old fashioned store. But I picked up some good stuff there, and let me show you exactly what I picked up while I was there. I was able to pick up. Let me see. Yeah, I was able to pick up three albums only. And Wax was like, "You better slow down because I'm going to take you to some other shops that are going to blow your mind." So I did manage to find an original copy of the first Faith No More. Introduce yourself. Sorry about the glare there, guys. But yeah, them being an LA band doesn't surprise me that I was able to find this. And actually, I found it at another store later, another shop. But I only picked that up, and I picked up an original U.S. pressing of Destruction's, I think his second or third album, Infernal Overkill. These you don't see out in the wild, man. These original on Metal Blade Records. Um, Another German, thrash band, legendary. So yeah, I'm glad I was able to pick up a. I had a recent reissue, but this is an original U.S. pressing, so I'll take that any day. And also, um, not to forget my prog roots. I found an original. I think this, yeah, this is the Italian pressing of Popol Vuh's Horisana Mantra. So this is not the original German pressing, but this is the quad on PDU, which is an Italian pressing. Still, well, the same year it came out, but I've been wanting to get this for a while. Like I said, I've got a Wawa reissue. It came out in I think 2015, but yeah, finally was able to get me an OG, an Italian OG. So those were at Sound Stations, the first stop. Then from there we went to another shop, and that one was called. Where was it? Oh, I don't have the name of it. Anyway, well, I'll show you what I picked up there. There, I went kind of crazy. Oh, I went kind of a little bit crazy just because some guy had walked in and with five huge bins, five clear bins full of brand new sealed records that were on the Nuclear Blast label. Now I know Nuclear Blast has an office in LA, as most record labels do, and I was able to pick up several pressings, several copies uh, that were sealed, and all of them, whether they're single or doubles, were $20. So like I said, this guy must be a rep, and he just had a bunch of these and just brought them to sell them. Got whatever he could, and the seller was just one marked them at $20, which is a good price, and wanted to just push them out. So I picked up a couple of titles by the band Suffocation, which are another death metal band that had been around for a while since the '90s. So I picked up that copy of Suffocation. I picked this up again. Like I said, these were sealed, brand new, $20. This one's a one record. The other one was double record. Like I said, $20. And they also had. This was reused. This was a recent reissue on I think on a French label. This is the first Suffocation, first or second. Anyway, so yeah, $20 all day. Um, Also, while digging through the bins, I found me a copy of Pretenders, which I was a fan. I've been a big fan of Christy Hyde. Her voice is just amazing. Used to have them on tape long time ago and lost the tape and never replaced them. But another Pretenders. These were dirt cheap. They were under $10, as they should be. And then Wax was generous enough to gift me a copy of the Tony Williams Lifetime Emergency Volume One. This is the kind of jazz I like, the fusion type. And I mean, Tony Williams is just an exceptional drummer. And I've been looking for this for a while, and I know he found it in one of his gigs and gifted it to me. So thank you, Wax, for this Tony Williams record. So those were my purchases for that Friday. Um, we went to the ocean. We went to the San Pedro, which that's where they had the beach and these gorgeous yachts and whatnot. And we ate at a restaurant out there, which was really nice. It was really cool. Um, had a good time. And then Saturday, again, Wax picked me up early in the morning. We went to Record Safari. If you all are familiar with Record Safari, the guy's name is Alex. There's a documentary on him. Alex is basically runs the Record Safari record shop, but he's also the curator for the record store during Coachella. So he's responsible for keeping it stocked during Coachella. So he goes and buys record collections all over the U.S. And I met Alex a couple of years ago, several years ago, in Austin because he went to go buy records. And one time he was actually set up just. So I had told him, I'm going to definitely visit you. So Wax has been going to him, you know. So our first stop was at Record Safari, and I picked up some good records there too. Great prices. Met some cool people, online, because what Record Safari does, he'll post on Instagram what he's gonna post, what he's gonna put up on the wall on Saturday mornings. So he gives you a preview, and I think that day he posted or he put up a original copy of Nirvana's. Which one was it? It was one of the last Nirvana album he made. The name eludes me at the time, but it was an original. I think he wanted like 250, 300. So some guy was there early in the morning because he wanted it. So yeah, so got to meet some people there. So I walked in and I found some cool things off the wall too. I was able to pick up this Red Hot Chili Peppers EP, and I remember this EP because this was the right before Sex Sugar Magic was released, right before they really kicked it up mainstream on MTV. They were still kind of like an underground funk band when this was released, but this was like the EP right before that album came out, and it has the original hype sticker. Sorry for the glare, but yeah, it's got the original hype sticker. Um, it's got songs from one or two songs from the previous album, which was their first album, and then a live one, and then one from the Sugar Sex Bomb, which is pretty cool. I remember when this EP came out, you could find it at all record stores like for $5, $6, but that's not what I paid. But anyway, it's still a cool addition to my '80s collection. I also found a reissue of Biohazard Urban Discipline. This is one of the Run Out Groove releases, and again, double album, early '90s hard rock, thrash, almost hardcore. It was kind of like hardcore and metal. These guys were from New York, so they had that harshness. Did pick up an original UK pressing of Head East. Humble Pie, sorry. As Safe as Yesterday is. This is an original UK pressing, which I was glad to find. And I also found a copy of Tom York's Suspiria soundtrack. Tom York being the guy from Radiohead. I don't know if y'all seen the new version of Suspiria. It's pretty good. I still like the original better, but yeah, it was okay. The music was fantastic, so I was able to pick this up. Hey, Royce, what's going on, man? So yeah, that was what I picked up on that Saturday, and our last Jim from Record News also joined us. We went and had a nice lunch. Went to other stores, other shops. Didn't really see anything that I really um, wanted. We'll see you later. We'll see you later, Elliot. Thanks for coming by, man. Our last stop was Amoeba. While you're in LA, you got to go by Amoeba. And, Amoeba's a hit or miss place. But since it's so popular, there's a lot of people that go and actually sell a lot of records. So we're already tired by that time. We're exhausted. We have been running around. But I did manage to pick up a copy of Depeche Mode's Some Great Reward, which is an original. And that was it. That was the last stop while I was in LA. Like I said, I had a blast in LA. Got to hang out with the Wax and with Jim. Um, really fun time. But I know it's been a while since I made a video. Oh, hold on, I totally forgot. Totally forgot. While I was out with the Wax, he was like, "I need to take you to this record store. I know you're into Japanese pressings and all this stuff." And I forgot the name of the store. And it's a little shop, all Japanese pressings. They have Japanese artists, they have Western artists, they have everything. So if you're into that city pop, whatever that's famous in the '80s in Japan, you'll find a lot of it there. But I did manage to find this single from Meiko Kaji that I had on my want list on Discogs for about 5 years. I never pulled the trigger just because when copies would show up on Discogs, they were either too expensive or the conditions were very good. It's like I don't want to drop a good chunk of change and it not be totally mint. Well, this was on the wall when I walked into that Japanese shop. Like I said, this is from a movie that Mako Kaji made. She is best known for the Lady Snowblood, which is the character that Lucy Liu's character in Kill Bill movie was based off of. And the last song after she got killed was a song by Mako Kaji, not this one in itself. But anyway, I've been a fan of hers for a while. I've got several of her movies. I've got several of her 7 inches, and I've got a couple of her records. But this one was always eluding me. I found it at a very decent price and immaculate condition. So I was able to get a grail out of my off my list, by visiting LA. Not expecting, to find something of this quality there, but LA's huge. You never know. There's so many shops, and I did find also going back to my Austin record convention. I found this. This is a grail for me. The Jesus Lizard Nirvana split. This is the European version, which is on blue wax. Put the wax so you can see it. See how it's kind of blue, clear blue. This was only available in the UK, and the singer also threw in the CD single. So it's like a little package, like a little bundle deal. This is the CD single. So yeah, I was able to find that, and a couple of other 7 inches that were from a couple of from Freight Beat Records. I found this Mudhoney single. I found this Gary Newman um, single. I Die, You Die, Kraftwerk, and 7 Year Bitch. So yeah, these were all my purchases. During my LA visit, came back exhausted, broke, but man, the memories were just great, and I look forward to visiting again one of these days. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a quick video. I know I've gone rambling for a while, um, but it's been a while since I've done a video. I've just been busy with work, life, whatnot. But anyway, I encourage you all that if there's ever an opportunity to meet up with some VC members, by all means do so. You get to learn from each other. You get to meet them in person. So the next time you see them on camera, you'll have a different perspective about that person because you've broken that ice. You were able to uh, get to know each other on a personal level, and there's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Just wanted to give you all an update. That was it for October. Let's see what November brings. Probably not much. November's going to fly by real quick with Thanksgiving around the corner and then Christmas. But anyway, thank you all for still being hanging around and still being fans or still having me on your YouTube watch list. Thank you for. There's a couple of new subscribers. Hopefully, they'll get to watch this. Anyway, my dog wants me to take her outside, as y'all can see. But anyway, peace, and we'll see y'all the next one. Bye.